All right, what's going on, everybody? We're talking about foreclosures today. Yes, foreclosures. We're not hearing that word very often like we used to anymore. But it's coming up because why? Foreclosure filings actually rose 20% year over this past February. So that's from this past February through last February 2025. We actually saw a 20% increase. And by the way, that is the 12th straight month of annual increases for nationwide properties receiving actual foreclosure filings. Now, this is according to Adam, Realtor.com, CreditRealtor.com. That here's your list. So first, I'm going to go over the list and then maybe talk about a few of them, especially the top ones. But this is your list of top 10 states with the worst foreclosure rates. So how many foreclosures per units meaning properties, take place in these states. And number 10 was Texas. Number 9 is Utah. Number 8 is Nevada. Number 7 is New Jersey. Number 6 is Ohio. Number 5, Illinois. Number 4, Delaware. Number 3, Florida. Number 2, South Carolina. And number 1, Indiana. So Indiana is your top spot there. Not a good statistic to be number 1. And they keep rising. That's the key. Now, according to Realtor.com, and let me credit here Snejana Farbarov as the writer of this March 16th article. Foreclosure filing. So what they note here in the article is that, and by the way, that top 10 list, I'll go ahead and post that on Instagram at the Salib group. You can check that out and see that list. And it's the Midwest and the South. Those are the two areas that are primarily the most distressed hotspots, according to them and according to the data. Now, this quote, Rob Barber is the CEO at Adam, and he says, quote, foreclosure activity in February marked the 12th consecutive month of annual increases, extending a gradual upward trend that began early last year. So, what we're seeing is this increase that's going on, especially in certain areas. And I want to talk about the top, let's do Indiana, and especially Florida, that I'm the most familiar with. But Indiana basically stood out, and it was number 1, and then it was South Carolina, right? And if you take a look, Indiana's foreclosure rate is now twice as high as the national average. So Indiana is not just number 1, but it's by far number 1, twice as high as the national average as far as how many foreclosures take place. Now, Florida, I want to get into Florida because I understand Florida the most, obviously being in Florida and seeing what I'm seeing. This to me, I'm not even going to talk about properties at first. This to me has a lot to do with just the basic cost of living that has skyrocketed in the state of Florida, especially in certain metro areas. And I think that, listen, if you bought something in Florida, if you bought a property, say in 2020, even 2021, and you have now fallen victim to somebody who thought they were living somewhere that was affordable, and suddenly it's not as affordable. Everything has gone up. It seems like every single thing has doubled as far as the cost of living in Florida, especially, like I said, in the metro areas, Miami, Tampa, Orlando even. And the other thing is, a lot of the condo fees in Florida, so condominium fees, homeowners association dues, have gone significantly higher in Florida due to the rising insurance costs, but also due to the fact that a lot of the structural issues that they've discovered in some of these buildings need to be repaired. And that's going to come out of the pocket of the owners in order to get those repairs done. So you have that combination of a higher cost of living, higher insurance premiums, even higher property taxes, add on to that higher HOA dues, and slap onto that, not just the dues being higher, but, many of these condo buildings especially, which that is half of the properties in South Florida especially. Many of them now are asking for even more money besides the HOA dues. They're slapping on an extra amount there, for owners to pay to fix some of these structural issues that were found. So that's a lot of what's going on, in Florida. And I think that, listen, just to make this pretty clear, foreclosures are still down significantly in general. Okay. You can't compare to what we've seen in the past. We're still way lower than the national average. Okay. So yes, it's rising. Yes, it's concerning that it's rising. And yes, it's 12 months of rising foreclosure rates, but still way below the national average. So even if this were to become something, it would take quite a while to become something, in my opinion, quite a very long time. And let's just take a look at the other side of it. On the other side of the spectrum, it's West Virginia. That is the lowest foreclosure rate in the nation. Vermont, also the second lowest, and South Dakota was the third lowest. So if you're looking for opportunity, you might want to look in places like Indiana, South Carolina, and Florida. Those are your top 3 foreclosure rates. Maybe, just maybe, you get a pretty good deal in one of those locations. That is it for me today. Thank you so much for listening to today's show. And as always, if you have questions or need specific advice, ideas, or just some help regarding your particular real estate needs or situation, or if you're just looking to buy or sell real estate in Florida, well then DM me on Instagram at The Salib Group, or just send me an email to mark@thesalibgroup.com. Don't forget to leave a rating for the show, follow, subscribe, help others find the show, and be informed and educated about the real estate market just like you. Until next time.